I'm Mark Monlux, and this is your Friday night movie recommendation. The year is 2010, and yes, that is a movie which you should watch only after you've seen 2001. And yeah, maybe their dates don't really work. Anyway, so let's talk about what was happening in 2010. Ooh, so much stuff. Number one at the box office. Pardon me. That's wrong. I meant to say best Oscar for a movie was for The Hurt Locker. We had on the Billboard Top 100, we had TikTok by Kesha. The New York Times bestseller was The Help by Catherine Stockett. And TV shows premiering. Oh my God, what a bunch of them. Some of them became well known. Caprica, I thought Caprica deserved more than what it got. Conan, Haven, my wife and I enjoyed watching Haven. It's not there anymore. Justified, still rolling around on YouTube clips. Mike and Molly, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have not seen a single episode. The Walking Dead, I've seen every episode. Things that came out in 2010. Lots of different types of apps like Uber and Tinder. The iPad came out. Social media things like Instagram came out. Sadly, the Space Shuttle program came to an end. I loved the Space Shuttle program. Some people say that there were some flaws in it, but it did a lot. Let's see. Lots of tragedies happened. There was the Haiti earthquake, the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. The president of Poland, along with 95 other individuals, died in an airplane crash that crash landed in Russia. On the more humorous sides, in retaliation to porn restrictions, the Australian government was hit by a cyber attack. Oh my God. Man, there were a lot of plane crashes. I'm not even going to read through them all. It's just depressing. But also new words in the lexicon language that came out that year were Arab Spring. 2010 also happened to be the last time my dad and I went to see a horror movie together. Since then, we've seen a lot of movies together, just not a whole lot in the theater. And usually when we go to the theater, it's with my brothers and everything, so it tends not to be a horror movie. But this was him and me, and we went and we watched this film. And you know, I love a good werewolf movie. And this was 2010's The Wolfman. Directed by Joe Johnson. And it starred Benicio del Toro. He, by the way, was one of the producers of this movie. Anthony Hopkins. Oh my God. Emily Brunt and Hugo Weaving. Now, while I was watching this film, I couldn't help but think, oh my God, this reminds me so much of The Curse of the Werewolf, which is a great movie. If you haven't seen The Curse of the Werewolf, watch The Curse of the colors, the settings, the gritty feel of it. I would later learn that movie was strongly influenced how this movie was produced. And also another movie was The Werewolf in London. It turns out that Del Toro, he's a big werewolf fan, and he collects werewolf movie stuff. So he was really gung-ho about this whole production. And I think the love kind of shines through on it. Now, were there a few issues with the film? Yes, there were. It Danny Elfman did the music for it, but at some point the studios were kind of going, oh, I don't know, we don't think the music's quite right. So they went to with this other guy, and he came out with sort of like an electronic synthesizer vibe. And when it got spliced in, they realized, no, that's not working. Let's go back to the original sound that Danny made. So Danny's music composition is what's in the final movie. I personally loved every single minute of it, but my dad at the end of it kind of go, Mark, it's great. I love going and watching a horrible movie with you. Now, a lot of other guy going, but Dad, he says, no, I love B movies. I said, but I thought this thing lived up past to being. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was fantastic. I mean, what was my dad even thinking? This was so great. It was so gritty. Yes, there was some CGI special effects, but I thought that was okay. But Rick Baker did the creature design for this. And Rick Baker is a huge horror movie fan. As a matter of fact, the Universal Wolfman and Frankenstein films were what got him into doing special effects. Now, both he and the supervisor for the special effects, David Elsie, they both won Oscars for best makeup for this film. That gives you an idea how good the makeup was on this. And I love the transformation thing. I thought it works really well. I thought it was very nerve popping. I was kind of going, And like I said, I loved the whole feel of it. I greatly enjoyed the story. Watching Anthony Hopkins in this film was a real treat. Watching all the major players in this movie was a real treat. And the character actors are doing a grand job. The costumes were spot on. The sets were great. Now, the movie went into a little bit, they had, there were some creative differences on the film. People came in, came out, and it had to go back into doing some reshoots when they decided, we want to change the werewolf here just a little bit. So it went over in cost overruns, and it got delayed from its release multiple times. And that might have hurt it because people really want to see this. So it didn't do that great at the box office. And I saw it in the box office with my dad. I had a great time, popcorn, the whole deal. But if you watch it now, get the Blu-ray DVD. And the reason why is they added in a huge amount back into the story. And there are scenes which, now that I've learned about them, I want to see those scenes. There's a scene with a wolf cane and another character. I'm kind of going, oh man, those are... And it turns out the reason they took those scenes out for the theatrical release is they really wanted to speed up the film to the point where the metamorphosis where he turns from a human to a werewolf. They thought they needed to get to that scene earlier to make the fans happy in the theater. I would have waited another 23 minutes. Just give me more film. I'll be there forever. Anyway, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this. Maybe it was because one of the reasons I love horror movies is because I saw my first horror movie while with my dad. It was Vincent Price film, The Fly, and I was hiding behind the couch half the time, screaming my little 5-year-old head off. But that joy of being there with my dad, watching those movies, and watching movies on Friday nights, what became something I did with my father and with my siblings. And there was a local TV station that was running the shock movies, and there was a horror TV host. It was on Channel 7. We watched The Count, and we laughed just like him. It was a thing that you grew up with. And just being with my dad in a theater and watching a horror film, it was very memorable for me. So it pulled all those happy feels for me. So I have a spot in my heart for this film. And I think you should enjoy watching this film with somebody as well. Make it your Friday night movie. Now, if you like my recommendations, please do the whole like, follow, share, and what have you. And I'll be happy to see you next time when I make another recommendation.